안녕하세요. 오늘 커피엑스포에 케냐 부스에 찾아왔습니다. 그래서 어저께 잠깐 만났는데 또 코로나 상황이지만 한국에 오셔가지고 케냐 커피에 대해서 한번 소개하러 오셨는데 아는 분들이 아직 많이 못 오셔서 좀 안타까운 마음이 있었습니다. 제가 오늘 그 케냐 커피 전문가한테 케냐 커피를 한국에 잘 소개할 수 있도록 한번 인터뷰를 시도해 보도록 하겠습니다. 이제 앞으로는 영어로 하겠습니다. Okay, hi.
Hello.
Yeah. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. Yes.
Can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. My name is Phyllis Ganga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the commercial manager in Kenya Co-operative Coffee Exporters. And this is an organization that helps the small-scale farmers to market their coffee directly to buyers. And we have come to Korea looking for new contacts of coffee buyers who are looking for special coffees, so that we can work together and link them and ensure that they continue getting the good quality coffee from Kenya.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you, all the guys from Kenya. Even though this kind of very difficult situation, where you came to Korea, and then you take the risk, and then you wanna kind of introduce about the real good Kenya coffee. As a person who works in the coffee industry, I really appreciate about your effort. Yeah. So today, I would like to some question, and the first of all, many people wonder about the natural coffee from Kenya.
Okay.
So we haven't seen like many like Kenyan natural coffee in Korea. So the question is, only in Korea we cannot find it, or generally you don't produce the natural coffee from Kenya?
Thank you. Kenya is famous for producing washed coffees of very high quality. But over the years we have realized that the coffee that we produce, we need to produce the coffee that has a demand. So for the past 5 years we have been producing natural coffee.
Because of there is demand.
And we have been doing that because the demand for natural coffee is growing. So when we have an importer who wants us to make natural coffee for them, we go back to the farmers and together work together and ensure that we make very good quality natural coffee. And the quality coffee that is coming, the quality of the natural coffee that's coming from Kenya has received very good remarks all the world over. And all the coffee that we've been making during the using the anaerobic fermentation and then producing it as a natural or just a straight natural. All the coffees have been sold out and have not been able to meet the demands for the past 4 years. Yeah.
So you used to produce only the washed coffee.
Yes.
So you started like 5 years ago. That is kind of first.
Yeah, I started making natural coffee about 5 years ago.
I see.
Yeah.
So always the short. You don't. I mean, like you make it just sold out.
Yeah, I just make it on order. So I ensure that we sell it out, because if we make more than the demand, then we'll be left with coffee that will not be able to sell at the premium prices that the natural coffee should face.
Right.
Yeah.
So which country like mostly import the natural coffee from Kenya?
This year, all the natural coffee that we made went to Australia, the US, Germany, a bit of it also to the UK, and quite a big portion also to Ukraine. But I did not ship any to Korea because I did not have any order from here in Korea.
What about any other Asian countries like Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan?
No, Japan, they asked me for samples and they said that they'll be buying some next year. I also shipped some to Singapore.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So because I saw it was kind of misunderstand because of the weather
Yeah.
and the condition for the natural. Maybe it's not good for the Kenyan coffee. That's why you didn't produce, but it's not.
Well, the reason why we didn't produce natural coffee is because the Kenyans have the culture of really processing very, very fine specialty coffee through the wash process. So Kenya has always been famous for washed coffees. But as I mentioned, again we realize that we need to process coffee according to the demand.
Right.
So we don't produce the coffee which we think is good for the customer, but we produce the coffee that the customer demands or wants to buy. And that's how we got into this adventure of trying to make unique coffees like natural coffees.
I see. So you believe the still is so good, the natural Kenya coffee, as well as like washed?
When I started off 5 years ago, I did not like. I am a coffee taster
Okay.
from 1988.
Oh.
But when I started making the natural coffee, I did not appreciate the difference. The different notes that come out in the natural coffee as compared to the washed coffee. And at first, I didn't think very highly of it. But as we continued making small batches, I came to appreciate it so much that today, my preference would be for a natural coffee rather than a washed coffee.
Wow.
Also, the natural coffee is more friendly to the environment. The processing of the natural coffee is more environmental friendly because you pick the cherries and then you dry it.
Okay.
But for the washed coffee, the whole process includes a lot of washing,
Right.
and that water gets back into the ecosystem. And in a way, water is a resource that is in short supply,
Right.
and at the same time, because that water again has to be handled well for the degradation process. In terms of friendliness to the environment, it is not as friendly as natural, where we just dry and then we mill the coffee and we can take the husks and put them back to the farms.